These are Samsung's new Galaxy Buds 2, and put simply, they're a very interesting update to the original Galaxy Buds, which are pretty affordable. They might just be one of the best alternatives to Apple's regular AirPods, but if looked in a vacuum. See, if AirPods remain the most popular earbuds you'll see on the street, they never were the best value. They had terrible fit, no noise canceling, no water resistance, and, well, they're nearly 5 years old. At their price, any pair of earbuds that can offer more for the same price will look better, which would be the case for these Buds 2 if 2021 hadn't changed everything. Now we've got Nothing's Ear 1s and Amazon's Echo Buds 2 offering essentials like active noise canceling and even water resistance for a lot less money, which takes me back to the point about looking at these Galaxy Buds 2 in a vacuum. Sure, they do make AirPods look bad, but the question is if they're good enough to stand against the rest, or if they even have to. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and this is our full review sponsored by Skillshare. I think the main reason why I make a basic comparison to Apple's regular AirPods is because they are the perfect example of a bad product that became popular because of its ecosystem. The difference is that the Galaxy Buds 2 are a very good product, and if you're on Samsung's ecosystem, they're really kind of a no-brainer. Like the first generation, pairing them for the first time is a simple open the case for them to be detected, and the Galaxy wearable application becomes your place to control how their features will work. I do find it kind of cumbersome to not have these controls easily accessible, but there is a widget on Android for quick access. Also, pairing them with your other Samsung products is not really automatic, it seems, but once you do, switching between them is. To pair with a second or third product, tap and hold on both earbuds for a couple of seconds for the pairing process to start again. Their plastic build looks a lot like the Buds Pro, but I'd give these more points for the feel. Given their slimmer footprints, they are more comfortable for prolonged periods of time. If what you liked about AirPods is that you could forget them in your ears, I think the Galaxy Buds 2 do a better job because they'll do so without falling off thanks to the silicone tips that are interchangeable. I do wish they had the wing options their predecessors included for a workout, but given their IPX2 rating, I'm not exactly sure they'll survive the amount of sweat that I produce. If you're considering them for a workout, I really would go for the Pros if I were you, as they have a better rating. That said, they do resemble the Pros a lot more than their predecessors, and not just in looks. For starters, they bring the same case, meaning that they pass the coin pocket test for whenever jeans are allowed again in this weather. They do come in 4 colors, with white being my favorite, but I also like that the case remains white and glossy on the outside, ensuring that it'll age better than my sad experience with the Pro case over time. Now, as for phone calls, the Buds 2 bring 3 microphones, 2 for beamforming, an inner mic, and then a voice pickup unit. This allows it to use a machine learning approach to voice calls, which were pretty good in my testing, with callers liking the results even in the noisy New York City environment. They also bring really good active noise canceling for their price. I had a chance to test them against the Buds Pro and even Apple's AirPods Pro on a flight recently, and the results were almost as good. I mean, if anything, I'd say that they provide less suction than AirPods Pro, which in turn means better comfort. Now, they aren't as good when it comes to ambient mode, as they lack the vents that make the Buds Pro and the AirPods Pro famous, though I would give them a second best, as you get 3 different levels of it to choose from, even if some go to the expense of feeling less natural. There's even a fit test on the application for you to figure out your best combo, by the way. Sound is an interesting thing to consider, though. They're Bluetooth 5.2 with support for Samsung's scalable proprietary codec along with AAC and SBC, and you've got a woofer and a tweeter on each side, and since there are so many ways to ensure that you get the right seal, Audio quality is actually pretty great. I'd say they do a better job than most in the highs and balance the lows enough to not rumble in your ear. In a word, they're pretty crisp, but through the application, you can modify this behavior to your heart's content. Now, another thing that I wish they brought from the Buds Plus is their battery life. I mean, those were just legendary at 10 plus hours, but I do understand that larger drivers and active noise canceling do take a hit. In my testing, I did get the 5 hours advertised, so they're on par with the Buds Pro, but not enough for a 6-hour transcontinental flight. Turning ANC off will give you up to 7.5 hours, but if that's not your jam, the case will give you up to 3 charges, and the 5 minutes you'll take to go to the bathroom will give you that extra hour of a charge that you need to end the flight. To recharge the case, USB-C or Qi are all supported, by the way. And then there's another thing that I'm mixed about, and it's the touch controls. Yes, capacitive controls are better than pushing buttons into your ears, but be prepared to get those wrong at least 3 out of 10 times, which only gets worse if your hands are wet. That said, something cool is that even if Samsung's ecosystem is a selling point, you're not really forced to stick to it. They work fine with other phones, and even on a Galaxy, you can now call on your voice assistant of choice, be that Amazon Service, Bixby for the proud few, or the Google Assistant. Now, given their crisp output, I actually find myself using them mostly for listening to audiobooks or learning new skills from today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. It's one of the best ways to explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Even if you wanted to learn things like podcasting or audiobooks, I highly recommend you check out Pong Lizardo's podcast and audiobook home audio production and audio editing to learn the basics from your own home. You can then choose audiobook publishing on Audible with ACX and Adobe Audition by Jerry Banfield to learn more about the publishing process and using applications like Audition. And then finally, if you want to stay on top of your game when it comes to productivity as a new creator, I always recommend Productivity for Creatives by Thomas Frank, which goes over building a system that brings out your best. And this is just one of so many skills. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to thousands of classes, whether you want to learn photography, how to play a music instrument, draw, write, or even improve your skills in business. Skillshare has something for everyone. The first 1,000 people to click in the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare for you to explore your own creativity. To conclude, I think calling the Galaxy Buds 2 an evolution to the Buds Plus would be a huge understatement. They don't really replace the Buds Pro, but provide the right amount of everything for you to not need to pay extra. It's as if Samsung is not afraid to cannibalize its own product if it's discovered new technologies that are ready to put out into the market, and I think this wouldn't actually be the first time. That said, in a vacuum where all you have are the Galaxy Buds Pro or AirPods, this would be my top pick right now. The problem is that you and I know that they're not alone. I think the second generation of Amazon's Echo Buds in particular are just too good for the money, but their ecosystem doesn't include other Samsung products as well as it includes other Amazon products, if that would be your jam. And given how Samsung's ecosystem has matured over the past 3 years, I'd say Samsung's Galaxy Buds 2 would be my top pick right now. They stand well on their own and play well with other Samsung or even Android products better than most. If you're in the market for a new pair of buds, I have no problem in recommending that you give these ones a try. That being said, this is my opinion. Let us know if you agree on my assessment in the comments down below. Do you like them? Do you agree or not? On the price particularly. And while you're at it, follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on my personal handles to see me try earbuds like crazy right now, because it's kind of like if they're in style or something. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.